Hello everyone, I am Dr. Vijay Prasad, Professor of Physiology. Welcome you all in my this video and my channel. Today I am going to talk about gastric juice. What is inside your gastric juice? So let us know what is gastric juice. Gastric juice is highly acidic isotonic secretion from gastric glands, that glands present in the stomach. And daily secretion is about 2.5 liters. Daily secretion is 2.5 liter. It is isotonic and highly acidic, contains large amount of hydrochloric acid and many types of enzymes are present in the gastric juice. So coming to composition, 99.45% is water. Rest is solid, maybe organic and inorganic. Organic and inorganic. Inorganic, sodium, potassium, hydrogen ion, chloride ion, calcium ion, bicarbonate. These things are present in inorganic form. In organic, they have mucus and different types of enzymes. For example, pepsinogen, urease, lipase, lysozyme, gelatinase, etc. are in organic part of gastric juice. This is organic and inorganic. Now coming to point, we must know site of secretion. Site of secretion. Site of secretion is from glands present in the stomach, especially this part is known as cardium. Part of a stomach just adjacent to this opening of esophagus. This is known as cardium. Then this part which is above this is fundus. This is body and this is pyloric part. This is pyloric part. 4 parts. We may divide the stomach into 4 parts. Glands are present in this area, and this area. In this area, so according to position of glands and their function also differ, they are of different types. That is cardiac, they are cardiac glands, then fundic glands and pyloric gland. Pyloric gland. These glands, cardiac glands and pyloric glands usually, especially secrete mucus. Large amount of mucus are secreted from cardiac gland and pyloric gland. These fundic glands secrete gastric juice, especially gastric juice. Gastric juice, in gastric juice, glands are tubular structure that opens into gastric pits present in the gastric mucosa. There are cells are there. Some cells are augmentic cells. Some cells are augmentic cells. Isthmus, neck cells, isthmus and neck cells, then here isthmus, neck cells, Then augmentic cells, some cells, augmentic cells and chief cells. Chief cells. Augmentic cells are also known as parietal cells and chief cells are known as peptic cells. These augmentic cells secrete hydrochloric acid, HCl, and these chief cells secrete different types of enzymes. Different types of enzymes. From where it is secreted now it is clear. Now coming to phases of secretion. Phases of gastric juice secretion. There are four types. Four phases. Number one, cephalic phase. Then gastric phase. Then gastric. Third is intestinal phase. And fourth is interdigestive. Phase. Cephalic phase, due to thought, sight, gastric secretion starts. This secretion is known as cephalic and juice produced due to this appetite juice. It is known as appetite juice that is rich in hydrochloric acid and pepsinogen. This is appetite juice. Due to this phase starts, due to thought, sight, smell, anything may trigger this cephalic phase of gastric secretion. Then gastric phase. In this phase, when food enters into the stomach, it causes dilatation of the stomach, and that will cause secretion of gastric juice. Then third is intestinal. When food enters into the intestine, a small intestine, duodenum and jejunum, that will cause reflexly stimulate gastric juice secretion. First it stimulates secretion, hydrochloric acid secretion, but later it depresses the secretion. And during interdigestive phase, very little amount of gastric juice is being secreted. But in some cases, this may be raised. Some pathological condition, for example, in duodenal ulcer, cases of duodenal ulcer and other cases, this interdigestive secretion of gastric juice is increased. Cephalic is responsible for 30 to 50% of gastric juice secretion, and gastric phase is about 50% of secretion. 10% secretion is from intestinal during intestinal phase, or 1% in interdigestive phase. This is about the phases of gastric secretion. What are the? Cephalic phase, gastric phase, then intestinal phase and interdigestive phase. Now, what are the factors that stimulate or depress gastric juice secretion? First is acetylcholine, then gastrin and mast cells. Acetylcholine from mast cell, histamine is secreted. Mast cells secrete histamine. Acetylcholine is most powerful stimulant of gastric juice secretion. Acetylcholine, then comes histamine, and lastly, less powerful is gastrin. Gastrin is secreted from G cells. G cells present in gastric mucosa. These are a stimulant of gastric juice secretion. Then somatostatin, somatostatin depresses the secretion. Depresses the secretion. Then peptide YY, peptide depresses secretion. Gastric inhibiting peptide GIP. This will inhibit gastric juice secretion. Fat, carbohydrate, and acid. Fat, fat, carbohydrate, and protein, product of digestion of fat, carbohydrate, and proteins, and acid depresses gastric acid or gastric juice secretion. This is about our gastric juice. So composition, we learned about composition of gastric juice, site of secretion of gastric juice, then phases of gastric juice secretion, and lastly, what are the stimulant of gastric juice secretion and what are the inhibitors of gastric juice secretion. Thank you very much for watching. In next video, we will learn about functions of a stomach, and in short, we will learn about functions of gastric juice also. What are the functions performed by components of gastric juice? In next class, let's meet again. So thank you very much for watching. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe this channel. Thank you very much for watching.